The military has always held a prominent presence in the lives of all Americans, with nearly 7.3% of the American population having served in the military at one point in their lives. They already hold a prominent presence in all of our lives. However, these three topics, military, PTSD, and society, create a negative impact for those serving in the military. These three topics can best be understood when broken down. My father graduated from the United States Naval Academy in 1981 and continued to serve for the next 30 years. Because of his association with the military, I was constantly exposed to many individuals and the society of the military. Regardless of where I was, whether it was Singapore, Italy, Belgium, Virginia, I was constantly surrounded by individuals of a structured, organized society that were respectful and patriotic. What makes this society so unique? Unlike many other professions, the military soldiers and officers alike carry the same presence in and out of the workplace. From the moment they begin their training, they're taught the ideals that they must implement in all aspects of their lives. For me personally, I was able to view these traits firsthand, and I realized that their duty to their country creates a close-knit society of selfless individuals working to improve the lives of every individual. My dad did a tour in recruiting. Because of this, he met many parents of recruits, and the thing he remembers most vividly is the expectation that parents have when sending their sons and daughters into the military, that they will be well led and well taken care of. One of the most critical things in maintaining the covenant of trust between society and the American society and the military is ensuring that the servicemen and women are well taken care of. In my observation, as an institution, the military does a better job of this than anyone else in the world. However, there are gaps, and one of the most critical gaps is the inability of treating PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder affects nearly 30% of the men and women who have been serving in the military. However, this often goes undiagnosed and subsequently untreated. Well before the Vietnam War, and indeed since the United States has been sending its men and women off to war, the soldiers have escaped the war zone only to return home and face the horrors that surround PTSD. Although 30% of soldiers returning from war have PTSD, only 40% seek support in their struggle. Because of this, they often face the negative effects that surround it. A soldier's inability to seek help for their struggle is due to many reasons. However, one of the biggest is being the culture that surrounds the military, of bravado and mission first, along with society's view of PTSD that connotes it as a weakness. Unfortunately, PTSD has many effects on many regions of the brain. Because of this, they often face psychological and chronic effects. Because of these effects, they have an inability to deal with stress correctly, which leads to many heightened suicide thoughts, and often they're given in. Because of increased medical knowledge and technological advancements, it has legitimized PTSD as a mainstream medical issue. Because of this, PTSD diagnoses have seen an increase since 2000. Living overseas, I was able to see firsthand the effects of deployment on society, on the military serving in combat. And I also saw the critical role that the close-knit community had to providing help for these soldiers and their families. With such an overwhelming population of servicemen and women going into combat, it becomes necessary to show our support. These men and women risking their lives deserve the same when they come back from war. As a Navy brat, I've learned that the Navy has been the Navy deploys on ships. They've been doing this for well over 200 years. Because of this, they have a well-developed infrastructure to support the troops and the sailors and their families going off to war. However, the other services haven't had the same experience. Until 9/11, it wasn't routine to have scheduled deployments, and because of this, they weren't able to develop a support system for the soldiers. It wasn't until this was addressed that PTSD really became a serious issue. Military and society has become very prominent, and it is very unlikely for many people to not have a connection. Even here at Penn State, we are proud of our service to the soldiers, and we offer as much help as we can. This is something that needs to be implemented in all of society. The soldiers risk their lives for us every day, and it is necessary that we support them in their struggles, even after they return home.